Um, yeah, obviously we came up here for one purpose, and that was the win. That's what you do as a coach, as a team. And the boys, they came up here with that purpose. I thought that they fought tremendously well. We came up short, um, you know, from our goal of why we came up here and why we traveled. But there was a lot of positives to take away from the game. And the great thing for us right now is we've had a really tough 3 weeks to start this season off, and it kind of culminated in this week against a really tough University of Kentucky football team. I'm going to tell you what now, that's quite a bunch they got out there on that football field. There's some tremendous talent out there on that football team, and we knew that coming into it. But the great thing is we've got a bye week right here next week where we can heal up and get our fresh legs back, and then we start our new season. We start conference play, and we're very excited about that. We feel like we're battle tested by these 3 weeks that we've had in this opening to this season, and we're extremely excited. You go into our locker room over there. I think our guys, I think our players know that they played hard. I'm interested to see the tape and see just if the effort is what I think it's going to be, and if it will show up the way that I think it's going to show up on tape. I am interested to see that because I really do think that the guys played with tremendous effort today, and we just wore down. And I think the guys know that, they understand that, and they're excited to get a week off, and like I said, kind of heal up and get ready for this conference run that we're about to get into.
Coach, that first half, Drew was pretty successful on a lot of his offense. That last drive, those two big passes, he get inside the red zone. What were you guys thinking there? How close were you guys to going for 6? And what made you go for 3?
Well, we kind of had in our mind that we were going to go to 6 pretty much any time we got down there. We were going to go for 6. We weren't going to settle for field-good points. But we thought at that particular point of the game that we needed some. We needed to get some. We needed to get some points. We just needed a feel-good at that particular point of the game to kind of end those drives and get some points on the board. I was extremely encouraged by the way we started out offensively in the first half. We were able to do some things, move the ball around, ran the ball relatively well, and just kind of just moved our offense a little bit, some smoke and mirrors, and I thought we got the ball on the perimeter pretty well, which opened up some vertical run lanes for us. And then, like I said, in the second half, we got out there. We kind of hit a lull offensively in the third quarter, and defensively, I thought we just kind of wore down a little bit in the second half, which is kind of what happens when you play these games. A lot of times, is you can get a little wore down. They start to roll those 2s and 3s in, and they still lean on you a little bit. But for the most part, I was very, very encouraged by what I saw today.
Coach, what about the urgency your team had in that first half, especially your defense getting to the quarterback?
Yeah, I thought that, like I said, our message to our football team hasn't been different these 3 weeks. Football games boil down to 2 things, and that's effort and enthusiasm. And I thought that we had both of those. I thought we played with tremendous effort. I thought the guys were excited about. Obviously, it's hard not to get excited when you play in a venue like this. This is a beautiful stadium. It has a tremendous fan base. They put that music on with them big old speakers, and you can feel it hitting your chest, and the guys are dancing and all of that. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and our guys don't get that a whole lot at this level. We don't play in front of crowds like that. So I thought that for the most part they came out with great enthusiasm. They welcomed the fray. They welcomed the fight. They welcomed the competition that it was going to be. And they ran around. They ran around until they couldn't anymore. And I think that's the thing. As we talked to them last night about truly being empty. When we got on the bus, we wanted to be empty. We wanted that tank to have no gas left in it. And I think a lot of those guys are going to feel that way on the bus ride back. I'm sure there'll be a lot of naps being took on the bus ride back.
Kentucky hadn't given up a sack coming into this game. You guys were able to come away with one recorded and then another one. Kendrick had one for the horse collar. What can you say about your defensive line and just their effort getting to Terry today?
Well, yeah, we've got Stepney and Kenny Wooten. Those guys, they're tremendous talent coming off that edge. They're very fast coming off that edge, and we thought that we thought that we had something there coming into the game. We knew that, or at least we thought we could get to the quarterback with those guys because, they're just built for that. They're built for speed guys off that edge. What I was more encouraged with and more impressed with was the ability that we had to hold up against the run. And I know, statistically, what did they rushed for 245 yards. I know that's not great, but I mean, you're talking about what I consider one of the premier backs in the country with Benny Snell right there. I thought for the most part that was what I was most encouraged with was, the physicality at which we played with. I thought we ran around and tried to splatter the ball when we could. I thought we tackled for the most part again until we got into those latter quarters when it really started, leaning on us a little bit. I thought we tackled and got the ball down very well. But that's what I was more impressed with was just our ability to maintain the run, especially early in the game.
What do you think about this match, Preston Rice getting in the fourth quarter?
It doesn't shock me at all. That dude's I've said it for a long time. That dude's a bulldog. Everybody on the sideline loved it when he ran that ball in and ran over a couple of guys, and the one before that, I think he had a third down conversion where he got smacked in the face. I'd be interested to see if he knows where he's at right now because it sure didn't look like it when he was looking over to the sideline. I was surprised he got the next play right. But that's the dude he is, man. He's a shield guy on our punt team, and his job on the punt team is to take things right in the face, and take guys that are sprinting 7 yards full speed right in the face, and he does it with a smile. He loves having a job, he loves having responsibility, and he loves contributing to this football team. And to see him go out there and run around and make the plays that we knew he could. In a game like that, even though I know it was the end of the game. Okay, I'm not taking that away from the situation at all. But just to see him go out there and compete like that, and then that last play where he goes down there and runs through some guys for the touchdown. That's a microcosm of who that kid is, man. That's his. You just saw Preston Rice on a daily basis right there in one play. That's who he is.
Speaking of the kicking game, Steve was pretty spot on today. Had that long 55. A couple guys in his face, he still was able to get a punt. Any assessment on how your special team did?
Yeah, I thought he did phenomenally. When the one that I was the most impressed with was the one that we almost snapped over his head, and he had to bat it, down, and then he had to outrun the dude to the sideline, and then had the wherewithal to still kick it past the 50. That was a pretty athletic play. I mean, that was a phenomenal play by him. So. Obviously we've got to get some things squared away with that snap. I think, I think my man Moody, he's been jammed up for 3 weeks now, but you could tell this was, he had the saucer eyes a little bit, which is I would say understandable, but you kind of get it. And he almost threw that one over his head. So Steve went over there and. Politely in his Australian accent told him, hey, get your stuff together and snap it to me. But I thought Steve did tremendously well back there for us.
What has been your biggest takeaway from the non-conference slate heading into UT?
It's a good question. I'll be honest with you. I think growth, man. If you watch and you look at this football team from week 1 to week 3, each week, everything that we've set out to do, everything that we set out to get better at and improve on, we've done that. After the first week, we wanted to improve. Obviously, offensively, we wanted to improve on handling the football, and not turning the ball over, and we've done that. Now for 2 weeks, we've gotten the second week in the rain, and now this week against an SEC opponent, we've done that. We've been able to take care of the football, so we've improved in that area. Defensively, we wanted to improve on some alignment and assignment things, and we've done that for 2 weeks in a row. We've done that. So if you look at it over a span of 3 weeks, we're improving. And I think that's, especially when you have a schedule like that and you open up with those 3 weeks where you play a ranked opponent at your level and then an SEC opponent, sometimes it's very hard to evaluate exactly where you are. Sometimes you get in those weeks and you're just you don't really know. You're kind of like, well, are they that good, or did we play that bad, or whatever the case may be. And I think that's probably the thing that us as a staff and us as a football team now, because our players, I think, see it too. is for 3 weeks we've improved. The things that we've set out to do each week, whatever our message has been that week, we've been able to do that from a week in and week out basis right there for the first 3 weeks. So I think moving forward, again, if we take this week and we get healed up and we understand what's in front of us, again, I'll say it again because I've said it a bunch, this is going to be a really, really fun football team to watch.
Speaking of health, how banged up are you guys after a game like that? I know it's early, but
Yeah, I don't know. I walked out on the field more than I wanted to. I got, I think I got like 27,000 steps on my watch right now, so I didn't really want to walk that much out there on the field to go see some injured players. But for the most part, most of the time when I got out there, for the most part, they were okay. It was just, man, that hurt, or man, he's big or something like that. So I think we'll be okay. We'll take a look at it tomorrow when everybody checks in and gets their rehab and their ice baths and all that, and we'll see where we're at.
more catches on the
Yeah, what about O'Hays?
What can you tell me about Hayes? I know you've been trying to work him in the offense.
Yeah,
What do you think about?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I thought it was good. Me and Chief were talking about that on the walk over here, man. You're talking about a true freshman. And that was one thing we wanted to do. We wanted to play. Cameron Garrett had a catch, a local kid here from around this area, and McCray got in there. Jared McCray got in there, played some snaps for us, but then Armani Hayes, man, he comes. I don't know how many. I know he had like 36 yards catching or something like that. Seemed like we threw it to him, I don't know, 2 or 3 times, maybe something. But he's a big, tall guy. He's one that's very athletic. He's a young kid. He's raw as can be, but he's competitive. He comes from he's from South Florida, and football is life for him, and he plays like it. And so I was very, very happy to see him go out and contribute, and I know that he's happy too because he played a little bit in the first week and put the ball on the ground, and that really got him down. And for him to come out on a stage like this and perform the way he did, I'm extremely excited for him and proud for him.